Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. We hope that you had a great trading week last week. We hope that you found our weekly game plan from last week helpful to you in your trading. Please let us know if you found our weekly game plan from last week helpful to you in the comments below. And please let us know how your trading went this week. Good or bad, what did you learn? How can we improve our weekly game plans to help you succeed in your trading? Now let's get started preparing our game plan for next week. Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly game plan for the Thanksgiving week of November 22nd through November 26th. If you didn't see part 1 of our BeachBum Trading weekly game plan for this week, please see part 1, giving thanks for opportunities to make money trading. And in part 2, we will dig into our updates to our watch list for this week and look at our strategies for trading the stocks on our watch list. So let's get started. Firstly, I wanted to review the ARC daily trade information that we get in email every day and look at one of the stocks, a couple of the stocks, but particularly one that we have on our watch list this week, and talk about that a little bit, which is ROKU. If you see in the daily trade information from Friday, we can see that ARC Kathy Wood has been buying up ROKU again. Another one I want to point out is Materialize, where you are long Materialize, which is a 3D printer. She's been kind of quietly buying up on Materialize again. So if you don't own MTLS, Materialize already, I believe it's still cheap. And again, ARC has been quietly accumulating Materialize over the past week or so. And we can see, and I want to show a little bit of details about ROKU. If you're not getting this daily trade information emails from ARC, we do have a video as to how you can get that information, so please see our previously published video on how to get and use ARC's daily trade information. I'll leave this link in the description box below. But you can get these emails, they come out after market every day. You can see what ARC is buying and selling, which gives you some indication of possible support or resistance as to, again, what they're buying and selling. But I want to focus on ROKU and Materialize here. We can see ARC has bought ROKU in ARC-K, which is the Innovation Fund, and ARC-W, which is the Internet Fund. And then again, in that previous video, we talked about how you can use Lucid Tracking, the site Lucid Tracking, to see the holdings and change in the holdings for any of the ARC stocks. And I just wanted to point out, I've done a search already for ROKU here, and we can see over the past month or so an increase in the holdings of ROKU. There's, some buys and sells, but the net is that in ARC-K there's an increase in the number of shares held and an increase in the ARC-W number of shares held. So again, despite the buys and sells, which I think is just managing this weighting and buying, at dips, etc., the total holdings is increasing. So as you'll see, relative to ROKU, we're going to leave it on the watch list. We'll look at the chart in a minute. I don't think it's reached a bottom yet. If I had to make a hypothesis, I think it may continue to decline through the rest of the year. And then, because they just reported earnings, their holiday earnings won't come out until their next reporting period. We want to watch for a bottom and turn up on ROKU, and then we would buy in for a potential long-term hold or an investment in ROKU. And I'll probably do a future due diligence video on some of my reasoning and thoughts on ROKU, what they're kind of quietly doing, and why we think it's a potential good long-term investment. Okay, now I'm on the stock screen of the online browser version of Webull. Again, you can find our affiliate link to get 2 or more free stocks from your copy of Webull in the description box below. We also have a couple videos that we previously published about how to create a watch list, how to maintain a watch list from the stock screen. So please find the links to those in the description box below. It's quick and easy to create watch lists and maintain watch lists in Webull. The first stock on our watch list is one we put on before, which is AIRI, Air Industries Group. We did a previous due diligence video on AIRI. Please see that previous due diligence video for why we have it on the watch list. We are kind of waiting, and again, in that our previous game plans, we talked about the price targets and strategy, etc. But we're kind of waiting for it to come down to this $1 level, and then we'll be waiting for like contract news, etc. We can see it kind of popped up on some news recently, and now it's settling back down, and we're just waiting for a good opportunity to buy when it starts to turn back up after reaching the support. BDSI we put on the watch list last week. Again, as I posted in the comments from last week's game plan, we're now long BDSI. We also published a due diligence video last week on our thoughts, our due diligence on BDSI, and again, we bought in, we're long as of 310. We've got a long-term price target. Again, we're waiting for a catalyst, waiting for news for a pop. This is a biotech pharmaceutical company, so they tend to pop on news from trials or some kind of catalyst news. So we'll be waiting for that. If you're not in BDSI yet, you may still have a good opportunity. So please see our due diligence video on that. Oil is the long on that gas. It's in versus cold. It's short on that gas. We talked about that in part 1. If nat gas happens to pop, we would look at shorting the top with cold. If the bottoms, will go along with oil. Drip is the short on oil. Gush is the long on oil. Similar strategy. If oil happens to bottom, we would go long with gush. If it happens to peak, we would go short with drip. Grow generation has been trailing off. You can see it's broken down through support. We still like the overall thesis. We may do a due diligence video in the future. However, as you can see, it hasn't really reached a bottom yet. I'm not sure where that bottom is now. We'll wait for it to stabilize at a good bottom and turn up, but we still like the overall picks and shovels play on cannabis theory of growth generation. We'll see how that works out. IBM is another long-term investment, kind of like ROKU, that we're looking to buy if it stabilizes. Again, it's trailing off, and it may continue to trail off for some period of time. But we like IBM long-term. Again, another one that I might do a future due diligence video on to talk more about their technology, etc. Just a personal plug. I used to be a consultant with IBM, and maybe one of these days I will talk more about that. So I am no longer one, so it's not truly insider information. Okay, we talked about our rationale with continuing to watch ROKU. So I won't reiterate that, but we can see it trailed off, and it's unclear, if it's reached a stable bottom or it's going to continue to trail off. But we're going to continue to watch it. It wouldn't surprise me again if it continued to decline through the end of the year and then turned up. But as soon as it does make that swing up, we're very interested. SQQQ, you'll see that I posted in last week's game plan that we had gone long SQQQ on Friday, and we talked about in part one that the Qs, the NASDAQ index, kind of broke out, hit the top of its trend line, broke out. At that point, we went long SQQ, so we are shorting the Qs. We're looking for a brief correction, which would cause that to turn up. Then we trail it, scalp it off when it tops and turns back down. So I think there's still an opportunity if you want to hedge, using SQQQ. There's probably still an opportunity there. We talked about again in last week's game plan. We got stopped out of our position in TTT, but we will be looking for a bottom again. If the prices continue to go up in the treasuries and it tops, then we would be looking to go long again TTT and then trail that with a stop, because again we think yields are going to continue to go up, prices on the treasuries will continue to go down. The VIX, we're looking for any kind of spikes or bottoms in the VIX. UVXY is long on the VIX. The VIX has been kind of agitated lately, so it went up in the 17-18 range. It never did spike up into the 20 range. A true spike would be about 20, 24, 28. And if it does spike like that, we would short the VIX with SVXY. If the VIX settles back down below 15, we would go long the VIX with UVXY. A new one we're adding to our watch list. We'll take a look at this one. This is VMD, and I've also got it brought up in FinViz, and I'll put a link to our affiliate link to FinViz in the description box below again. And this is a weekly chart on VMD Healthcare. You can see it's a healthcare medical device company. Again, on the weekly chart, we can kind of see the risk reward. It's not real clear whether it's achieved a stable bottom or not. That's what we're looking for. If it has and starts to turn back up, we would go long VMD. If it does continue to trail off, we'll look for it to achieve a stable bottom below, but we can see 540 is kind of a potential support level, downside to 244, so maybe $3 downside, upside up to 11, 12, so we've got 6 something, 650 upside, 2 something downside, pretty good risk reward opportunity. We can see that they appear to be profitable, don't have a big discrepancy in their share count, float versus outstanding. This is also one where another YouTuber that we follow, Joseph Hogue, we would also recommend you follow and watch Joseph Hogue. He recommended VMD, so when it came down to the support level, we thought, okay, this is something we're interested in watching. We could see they had earnings on 11/1. The news wasn't overly negative. There wasn't really much of a reaction. So we're, again, it's a diversification into healthcare, medical devices. You see they do like CPAP type respiratory, in-home respiratory medical devices. So it seems like the market's reasonable. I don't know if we need to do a due diligence video on those VMD or not, but if anyone wants that, please post in the comments. And you can see it's kind of been trailing off. I'm not sure if it's achieved a stable bottom or not yet, but as soon as it does and turns up, we'll look at going long VMD. WWR, we've had on the watch list for a little while. If you want to understand our rationale for watching WWR right now, it's in the weekly trading game plan for October 18th through the 22nd, so please see that for more details on why are we watching WWR, what's our strategy there. But you can see, again, we're looking for a stable bottom. It kind of perked up and then came back down on some news that they had an order for some of their graphite, but it did come back down pretty quickly. So again, if it settles back down, we'll go long WWR again for a pop on news, but there's the risk of an offering, we believe, so it's not one we'd stay in for a long time. We're going to take WYY off the watch list. They had poor earnings and they announced poor guidance on the 15th. So we're going to take them off. You can see it's broken down through support. So we're going to remove WYY from our watch list going forward. So those are the stocks that we have on our watch list right now. As we add or remove things from the watch list, we will put them in the comments of this video. So please keep an eye on the comments for this video. Also, we will try to post them in our social media sites. You can see here's our Twitter site, and I'll put all these in the description box. You can follow us on Twitter here, Pinterest, Facebook. We have a new Facebook group, and we'd highly appreciate it if you join our Facebook group, and we can have ongoing discussions on any topic related to trading, investing, etc. that you would like within that group. So please join us there, and please put your comments in the comments below. If there's other symbols you're watching, interested in, would like us to do due diligence on, please let us know in the comments and or the Facebook group. And otherwise, we hope that you like this video. Please smash the like button and subscribe. Again, this will help the YouTube algorithm show our videos to more of your fellow traders. We can build our BeachBum trading community for everyone's benefit, and we would greatly appreciate it. Again, we want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, and good luck, and have a great trading week.
We hope that you like our weekly game plan for the trading week for this week. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you found this helpful, we hope that you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel, and please click the bell icon below to automatically be notified whenever we publish a new video. Please also share this with your fellow traders and friends via the share button included below. And let us know if you found our weekly game plans helpful in the comments included below. And let us know how we can improve. What would you like to see more, less of, etc. Thank you again for watching. Good luck and have a great trading week.